Me and Alex, say my name, Alex. Bring the flame, my neighbors. Love and change, we'll be talking. Make it play, and Alex, keep it real.
Lil Tjay went on the Breakfast Club and gave his side of the Offset situation, and according to him, this whole thing started over $10,000. Tjay claims he gave Offset 10 bands at a casino because Offset needed money spotted to him. But when Tjay later asked about getting paid back, he said Offset started acting tough. Then according to Tjay, Offset later made it rain in the strip club while still owing him money. So to Tjay, it wasn't just about the money, it was about disrespect. Later, outside of the Hard Rock Casino in Florida, Offset was shot in the leg during an altercation. Reports say a fight broke out, one shot was fired, and there may have been an attempt to take Offset's watch. Now this is important. Lil Tjay was arrested in connection with the altercation, but he was not charged with shooting Offset. Tjay denies being involved in the shooting and even called Offset a rat, suggesting people tried to put the situation on him. So the big question is, was this really about $10,000? Or was it about pride, ego, and disrespect? Because in hip-hop, sometimes the smallest issue becomes the biggest problem once entourages and street politics get involved. Do you believe Lil Tjay's side, or do you think Offset needs to respond? So, now that you've heard the facts of the situation and what Lil Tjay said happened, I want to give my opinion on the whole situation. And I feel like Offset and Tjay are on a trajectory that's very crash test dummy oriented. Because for one, Lil Tjay, if you don't know who he is, he's a rapper slash singer type of artist. And he got shot not too long ago, like a couple of years ago, maybe. It's probably 3-4 years now, 5 years now that he's been shot, and he survived that shooting, you know what I mean? And blessings to him that he survived that, you know what I mean? It was a serious situation. He got shot in his chest and all of that, and he was able to come out unscathed, able to sing, and still do his art. But the kid still moves around as if, he didn't just dodge a bullet, like he didn't just have a blessing. You would think with people who have situations that happen that are so traumatic that you would say, you know what, maybe this is a sign from God or whatever God that you pray to. And then you say, you know what, I'm going to start operating a little bit differently. But no, not this dude. He out here running around here like he young Tupac, just bugging out. And not to say that he had anything to do with this shooting, but just being in the situation after you already had some kind of crazy situation involving guns blows me. And same thing with Offset. Offset been spiraling from the get, you know what I mean? Between him and Cardi B and all their little on again, off again love affair, him just cheating on her crazy. And then, I'm hearing that besides Lil Tjay, he owed mad people money. He's been in debt for a little minute now. He's always in the casino, always spending hella money, in strip clubs and just doing the rapper thing. And you really don't gotta do that these days, man. You can really just be a rapper and have financial literacy or, some sense about yourself. Not only that, he's another one you would think with the blessings that he has and with the things that he's seen, because, his boy, his cousin actually, Takeoff, got killed. You know what I mean? And, if I'm somebody that experienced somebody that I love pass away the way he did, I'm not getting myself into these kind of crazy things that's going on. Like, bro, if you owe that man money, give him the money. But you know what I mean? Tjay's right about, it's the principle of the situation. You took this man's money and now you out here ducking him for $10,000? Come on, and then you're making it rain in the club? So I see Tjay's, reasoning for being angry and confronting him Now we don't know who shot who, because you know these dudes be running with entourages, and it's a situation where somebody who's in the entourage probably shot him. You know what I mean? But this whole thing about, oh, he's a rat because he told it. Listen, man, if I don't like you and we not friends, I'm telling on you, B. F all that. This whole thing about snitching and as far as I remember, snitching was, yo, if we do a crime together and I get caught or one of us get caught and I tell on you just to get a lesser sentence, that's snitching. But if you my enemy and I'm not jacking you, yo, I'm telling. Because one of two things is going to either happen. Either I'm going to shoot you, which ain't going to, you know, work out in my favor if I come back and retaliate, or you shoot me. Either way, we both dead. You know what I mean? So it don't really matter. So the situation, something got to be resolved if I get shot. You know what I mean? And we're not just going to chalk it up to, you know, oh, we just had a little beef, and you know what I mean? Because it's going to escalate if they're that dumb. You know what I mean? Because they're already giving off ignorance to the level of yeah, somebody going to get killed in this situation. And I don't see no resolve because no one's gotten arrested. Lil Tjay say he ain't do it. He probably has great lawyers that's going to point out he ain't do it. If anything, it's probably one of his mans or whatever. But, you know, again, you're only as good as the company you keep. And if you got knuckleheads around you that's just shooting off just because of a confrontation, like, what we doing? You know what I mean? And y'all too rich, or apparently rich, to be carrying on like that. You know what I mean? You know how many people want that, the positions that these dudes got, want to be in the industry and making the kind of money these guys is making, but yet they acting like, you know, it's nothing. Like, this is everyday situation, you know? So, like they say, he who cannot hear must feel. And these dudes got hard heads. They probably gonna have to hit rock bottom before they actually come to their senses. So this is food for thought. Y'all do the dishes, and please like, share, and subscribe to I Am Ian Alex on YouTube. And yeah, leave your comments, your suggestions, and just follow. Thanks.